Welcome. Today I want to make a response video to Video Games Are Not For Men Anymore by Real Life Fake Wizard. It was recommended to me by one of my subscribers, and it's the perfect example of the kind of channel that YouTube likes, with 89k subscribers. He is going to bring some good points, deconstructing a feminist propaganda study, but of course he can never get to the proper conclusion about who is doing this and why, otherwise his channel would get damaged. Contrary to what some hostiles claim in our comment section under our PMC videos, YouTube doesn't nerf our content because our editing sucks. We don't even monetize our channels and are fighting for our rights here. But because the algorithm loves the controlled opposition, this has been going on for too long to just ignore it. Now, this wizard channel isn't the worst feminist out there, and I have to give him credit that his editing is enjoyable and relevant to the video. More on that later. But the thing is that our choice in the pro-male collective is to just go straight to the point. Now, maybe I should speak for myself, but I'm pretty sure that this applies to the other bigger PMC content creators as well. We don't need to use flashy editing to distract from our presentation, because we already have the truth on our side. I also had some feminists claiming that if I do videos in English, which is obviously not my main language, I'm just trying to copy the American Initial podcast. Funny how she even skipped the closer UK, but whatever. Because of course I can be interested in speaking a language that more people can understand, right? So no one is falling for that kind of constant trolling. And I'll keep doing my own thing, because from all that we can see going on in this feminist world, it's very much needed. Now that's enough context, and let's get to the core of the video. Wizard here talks about the latest feminist study about women in gaming. Well, his video is from 10 days ago, but still recent, and this kind of propaganda is always relevant. And of course, he never mentions feminism. He just says that it's divisive rhetoric and that there is sexism against both men and women. So this will be the first and most obvious correction. Only us men are the victims here. There's no sexism against women, just because these men haters claim that women lack education on how to play these games, because they are being held back by men. This is just the typical feminist lie, and no woman genuinely believes to be harmed by this propaganda. They all embrace it and happily use it to demonize men, and to demand more special treatments and more censoring of the stuff that men enjoy. And this is the second correction. They are not misguided, and they don't get to believe these studies on accident. They know exactly what they are doing. This is feminism in a nutshell. Now, Wizard calls it not showing the full picture from a place of bias. They are just lying through a misleading study. And this debunking is interesting. Basically, these feminists are treating casual gamers that download a puzzle game on the phone once as the same thing as real male gamers with hundreds of hours into classic video games that require efforts. To claim that video games developers are missing out on women that make half of the gaming population, supposedly. And he warns that this audience doesn't actually exist, which is true. But this is worthless if he doesn't admit the nature of the problem, which is feminists fabricating a lie and getting the feminist infiltrated companies to run with it, with the purpose of ruining the game. They don't actually believe this either. What is happening is simply that women go there demanding something, and they give it to them. Also, they already have feminists in their ranking as well. It's not just that the feminists who make these studies get to make money out of their hatred for men. With channels like this scoping that it's all about making a living from an alarmistic study and the companies accepting it to go for the profits. It's just pure and simple hatred of men. I want to draw attention to the footage presented in the video. Let's have a look at these awful graphics, these realistic but ugly female characters, designed to be unattractive for men, replacing the healthy male protagonists. This is the problem, not going for an audience of women that doesn't exist. Women are into romance and soap opera and boring stories without conflict, because they never need to strive to succeed in life. So these feminists just have to lie and say that they are doing this for women, when it's obvious that their goal is wrecking the game for men. And Wizard here is just spreading this false framing as well. These games are all very much meant for men, contrary to what he claims. The intended audience is men that get their stuff ruined. Of course, he will never come and say that, and he'd raise it with women being victims too. So that's all that I needed to say at this point. Notice that the real explanation is very simple and does not need fancy editing. Thank you.